Hello and welcome back. We're doing the whole, these are the conversations that we were off for a while, so I think it's fair that we're coming back a little bit early. Cari has turned off her camera for a minute, and Allie has some stuff that she wants to talk to us about here on the second half of...
That was good timing, Kevin. You did that really well.
It's like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So what is
Anyway,
the
just to continue my thought really quick, one of the things that I really want to mention here that I think is really important for people to understand is that when we're talking about like a 2-year moratorium, right? This is a temporary moratorium to get regulations in place. Now, there are other, I think, movements across the country, especially we're seeing where they're just doing flat bans. They're like, now we're just not going to do it at all. I would happily support that myself. But for the folks who, we're seeing a lot of candidates who are talking about how they want to make sure that the communities have a say. And we want to make sure that the communities get to talk about it. And I'm like, well, we already do. But then also, what they're not saying is they're not saying moratorium. What they're not saying is they're not saying temporary moratorium. What they're not saying is we need to take the time to get the proper regulations in place, not only at the state level, but also at the federal level. And so I need them to commit just a little bit more. I'm going to need them to figure out their language, whether it's a temporary moratorium or whatever. I need you to commit a little bit more here, because right now all you're doing is just saying, well, let's let people talk about it. Well, I can go to a county commissioner meeting anytime I want. Give me a break.
Well, I had a great conversation. I'm going to call him Mr. Newman. He's with Missoula County. And I saw like a weird headline that said that Missoula County might be tweaking their moratorium, and the way the headline kind of, and I don't have a subscription to the Missoulan. If anyone does, I really need some freaking articles from there. But anyways, so I called them and I said, I read this headline, it scared me. Are you guys gonna? And Missoula County seems to be like on the right track with this. They right now they're sitting under their 1-year moratorium, right? But they're right now, while they're under that, they're looking for ways to where these data centers, in my opinion, aren't going to be able to reach it, right? So they're going a more passive way, which I think it takes a village. Like Ann Hedges always says that to me, Cari, it takes a village to do this. Mm-hmm. And I think what's really cool about it, that I don't think that the enviros have ever seen in their time, is this environment groups now, is it's everyday people. Like Allie, I met you through this. You know what I'm saying? Kev Ham, same as well, right? I met you guys through this process. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there's that Bonner group, there's that Leah group from Missoula, that I think the Mad Catters. I mean, there's a ton of groups out there over this one issue. That's the coolest part to me. That's the part that I'm like, Montanans are paying attention and they're kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to scream, we can do recalls. We can really fucking do this. Because to me, we can. I have never seen this before. Never. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm, one of the groups said, "Hey, Cari, what you won't tell us what to do." I said, "No. What works in your area works in your area. What works in my area works in my area." Because all of us bring something else to the table. You know what I'm saying? We all have a strong there. And this is the first chance where I think we can actually work together and work around the environmental groups. Northern Plains and MCB are only about keeping their lights on. And I hear that time and time and time again. And I keep telling people, join the citizen groups, join the Just One Montanans, join the Bonner group, I think it's the Mad Catters. I'm so sorry if I get it wrong. But, join, oh my gosh, Nyland. Join the Butte group. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Butte, it took me a while to get there. But join those groups,
Right. And
that's the cool part. Exactly. And it's fun when you get involved.
It's not like it requires a full-time job from you on top of the rest of your life, because I know we've all got 3 full-time jobs to be able to just afford our lives. But it does require that periodically, once a month, show up to a meeting. Hey, on a Saturday, go to a rally. Hey, make some phone calls to people and get them involved. Talk to your neighbor. This is the one thing that I think is the most powerful thing that people can do, because cold calls, like if I call somebody, I love some of the presence that I have, because I've been involved in politics so long and I'm such a loudmouth prick that a lot of people know me. And so when I call people, it's very rarely a cold call. Once I introduce myself, they're like, oh yeah, I know who you are. And then they'll ask questions about different things, which is great. But I can tell you right now, the most effective calls I have are to people I've known for 5 and 10 years, when I can call them and go, hey, I need this from you. I need you to get involved on data centers. I need you to step up and start talking about how this is going to affect you, because I can't do it alone. Quantica has way more money than I'm ever going to have. And Quantica has way more money than Cari's going to have. Although Cari did buy a lotto ticket, so fingers crossed. Cari, are you frozen?
Somebody, I am a plant for Quantica. So, hey, Jess Peterson, where's my check, bitch?
Wait, does Quantica have cactus?
I'm just going to shut up on that, because that's just too much license to drive. I'm telling you.
So it's the former.
I'm like, Jesus, Kevin, are you trying to call her a prick or what? Sorry, I can't. Sorry, my brain gets real sarcastic real fast. Sorry, guys.
No, I think go with it. Go with. You're in a safe zone. Look at this. You can't get more left than this. You're good.
Right?
I think it's great. But yeah, so it's interesting. It's interesting to see. I'm enjoying through. Just like this year is like an introduction into all this stuff for me. I've not ever been like overly politically involved at all.
We gotta take you to an M&M. Oh, that's where the shit gets real. M&M weekend. Maybe. That's where the shit gets real.
I don't know. But anyway, so it's been.
Huh?
Were you at the last M&M?
Oh, I was. Yeah.
Did you like my speech?
Absolutely. I was at Riley Neal's table.
Ah.
So I name dropped because I was right up front.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so as somebody who's just kind of getting acquainted into this stuff, like I have actually really enjoyed the community that I've been able to build, even just from the few months that I've been participating, right? I volunteered on Russ Cleveland's campaign when I could. There wasn't a lot I could do, but you know what I did? I put the rubber bands on the door hangers. That was my thing. Every time I saw me and Amber got together, we had a table full of rubber bands and we just went to town for a few hours, and it was great. And so, I made a friend in that regard.
That's where you make the friendships in the everyday, like, you're doing it. That's the friendship making. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so you build your community, and it's such a great way to like get out there. And now I'm meeting new people, and now I am starting to work on community events myself, just really easy community events. And I'm just putting it out there. Like, if you want to participate, just participate. If you don't,
you should have a meeting, Allie. You should have a meeting.
Allie, didn't you just do a
data centers
community event?
Yeah. I would totally come.
Can you just do the lemonade stand?
The data thing's pretty well covered here in Missoula. Like we pretty well got it locked down.
No. I think eventually we're going to do something though, because we're going to do some recalls. You have a lot to add to it. You always have a lot to add to it.
Yeah, but anyway, I did. We did. I had this idea, and I love it so much even now. To do a lemonade crawl, where folks just drive around to little kids' lemonade stands and buy the damn lemonade. If we could do it for beer, why can't we do it for lemonade?
That is cute.
So I didn't know how it was going to go. And I'm like, let's just keep this like low impact. You guys, if your kids want to do it, just send me the address. We'll put it on a list and release it that day. And we had four sets of kids that had initially signed up. And then one had another engagement, and then one got sick. So now we started, and we only had 2 stands initially. So we're like, all right, well, we're doing it anyway. And I didn't know who was going to show up, because I just put it out there. Get your friends and family together and do it at your own thing. Like, you don't have to, I don't need to know about it. You just do it. I don't have to know about it. And so by the end of it, there was like, I think we had like 4 or 5 different stands, and all of them were well attended. And all of them made a good amount of money. and all of them had their own little unique thing that they did. Like we had some kids who had fresh organic raspberries to put in their lemonade, and we had kids who had pink lemonade slushies, and we had kids that are like, maybe you don't like lemonade, you want some Kool-Aid instead. And so it was fantastic, and I am so proud of it because I didn't know how it would go, and I just felt like it was a real success. Everybody really likes the idea, and I think it's going to end up being an annual thing.
I'm
I think it's a
stealing
really
this.
cool
This
thing.
is so cool. I keep writing notes as you
I think-
talk, so I apologize.
I think what you
That is
like,
super cool.
like I was looking at some of the stuff that you put together, and I was like, this should be something where, you know, the forecast is above 100 degrees. List your lemonade stands on this post. We're sending people around because everybody's going to be hot and thirsty, and just, you know, kids can get their school supplies from it. It's going to be great. It's a great way to show community. It's a great way to meet your neighbors, which is so important,
Well,
and nobody does that anymore.
I was kind of thinking if I could do this kind of theme for the campaign, like maybe apple
Absolutely.
cider,
Totally
right? Like,
good.
right? Like, hey
Yeah.
guys, it's a little cold today. Like, here's the people I met on the doors that were willing to put up this, you know, something kind of fun like that. Maybe take it to the schools
Mhm.
and have the teachers hand it out and just say, you know, we're gonna on this day we're gonna have an apple cider day. You know,
Mhm.
maybe fun
My
like little,
next
you know,
thing-
that'd be kind of fun.
I think yeah, good. I'll tell you though, as we're going into fall, so my next service project that I'm working on now is a chili cook-off at the courthouse, just on the sidewalk, where
That is
whoever wants to make
brilliant.
their brand of chili, they just make their pot of chili and they bring it down, and we're gonna invite the folks at the local shelter to come and be the judges. Everybody gets to rate their bowl, and then, you know, whoever wins gets bragging rights, and whoever
Nice.
shows, and whoever doesn't. You know,
Nice.
it's just
That'll be cool.
bring your pot and hope you win.
That's cool.
I mean, to be clear, bring your pot of chili. Don't bring your pot of pot.
Yeah, right. Your pot of delicious chili.
You could bring both if you wanted to. I'm just letting you know.
Exactly.
I mean,
well,
it is
this,
Missoula.
this is
Yeah.
beans and meat and sativa, and
Sativa for the diva.
The green chili.
exactly. I
You
don't
know,
know.
the
I don't know
spicy
difference
chili.
between the what is it, sativa and something else.
Indigo,
Indica.
into the couch, or yeah, into what is it? How?
Indica.
Yeah, into the couch, and
Into
then
the couch?
sativa. Yeah, sativa's for the divas.
Ah, yeah.
You are
I don't
welcome. The more
need,
you know.
I don't need anything that gives me the munchies or makes me want to take a nap because I'm perpetually in that state. So,
I was gonna say, like, that's the best part of weed for me. But I don't know.
not
I
something
can't
need.
do any of the fun stuff anymore because I have to regularly drug test. So I haven't done anything for I don't even know how many years. Like,
Fair enough. So, Cari, other than data centers, what are people talking to you on the doors about? Because you've been out knocking doors now for 2.5 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been doing. It's the mortgage. It's the property taxes.
Ooh.
Because I was like, you know, I lead with the data centers, and they go into like, hey, we built our house 5 years ago, and our mortgage has gone up $400, and it's not because we took out a loan against the house or anything like that. You know, it's the property taxes. Those are the two issues for a lot of people. You know, and then a lot of like mass surveillance with the data centers, which has been kind of fun, which has been good to see for me, because like I kind of, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you're like, yeah, let me get out my silver cap. I know I'm going to sound like a conspiracy theory and a not, you know, and a crazy lady, but I think that people are there that are like, this isn't crazy. This is actually what's happening. Let's accept it and like fight against it. And so that's been good to see, because you know, before I've always like, oh, I don't know what else they could use it for. You know?
Yes. Well,
They just didn't want to come off as
interesting,
crazy.
because I've known about Flock for 6-7 years. Like I first heard about it.
Really?
Yeah, and thought it was terrible. I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to fly in Montana. And then finding out that not only is it flying everywhere, but it's literally popping up everywhere. And people are now starting to get exactly why it's so bad. I mean, it is absolutely astounding to me that anybody would accept this. Anybody would think this is a good idea. But on top of not only being a bad idea, but it's actually bad software. And has something like, the latest report that I saw had 72% of the notifications on alerts on license plates were incorrect.
Ooh.
Because it's reading them incorrect. It has outdated information on them. So like a car was reported as stolen. It actually wasn't stolen. It was towed. They got it back, but it's still shown as stolen. The person gets pulled over. They say the car's not stolen. The cop overreacts, and all of a sudden it's a massive incident. And, you know, it was all because the flock cameras had out-of-date data or read the license plate wrong or whatever it is, and have caused these situations. And it's like, I'm a white male. Like, when a cop pulls me over, I'm not too terribly worried about anything that's going on in my life. But for a black man or a black woman or black trans woman,
that's life or death. Yeah,
exactly. That's literally putting their lives in danger.
Any code
and
is
it's not
this.
doing anything to help anything. Like if police, and I understand that our police state is a problem. Like I get it. There are definite things that need to change about, you know, why we police, how we police, what they're trained to do. But there's a part of that I have to say, if you're not engaged and don't build your community up, it's really hard to change how policing happens. Here in Helena, because I've been so engaged in all the stuff that happens with Pride, and we do have to have some protection, I've worked with the police very closely. And they are, 2 weeks before Pride happened, I happened to be driving down 11th Avenue, stopped at the light, cop pulls up beside me, and he signals to roll down my window, and I rolled down, he goes, "I'm super excited for Pride!" And I'm like, I mean, I am too, but also,
don't freak me out like that. Yeah,
because we've worked so hard together to make it a thing where not only are the cops welcome at it, but the community expects them to be there, knows they're going to be there, and is comfortable with them, which is not common. It's not even common in Montana, let alone it's not common in New York. It's not common in LA. It's not common in Seattle. It is something that, you know, you have to work very carefully on, and you have to work diligently on. And, but you could do it. And once you build the community, it's so easy to change the rest of the things. Once you have a community built up where it's like, hey, I just want to talk to you about this thing that I found out, whether it's flock cameras, data centers, the cost of daycare, you know, whatever it is, the cost of housing that's gone up, our tax base that's happening, the tax cuts that are happening for the rich, or the fact that the governor wants to do a sales tax because he thinks that taxing the poor is the way to get into heaven. It's not. And he and that camel are both stuck on the other side of the eye.
He wants to do a flat tax at that, and it's like,
exactly, it's like, it's terrible, but it's easier to fight that when you don't have to stand alone. And Cari, Allie, I'm sure you're just like me, where it's like, I will fight the thing I know to be true. I will fight for it, even if I'm the only one that's standing on that hill. That's fine. I don't like that. I would much rather have people stand with me. But doesn't mean I won't do it. Like, you've seen me do it. I've been the only one who stood in a room and told people, no, we have to do it this way. And I understand you don't think that, but I'm going to be the biggest pain in your ass until I get my way, because I'm protecting my community. And it took me a long time to get other people to stand with me, but they did stand with me, and we changed the laws and we got it done. And that's the thing that we can do. Did I make a ton of friends in government with that? I have a lot of people who respect me. I have a ton of people who know that if they need something done and they can convince me it's the right way to do it, they have a really good ally who's effective at getting things done. Do they like me? Don't care. I wasn't in it to make friends. I was in it to do the right thing. So, I
mean, I always tell people, like, you guys forget, I literally went to my daughter's volleyball game. Like, I was out of politics for about 4 years, went to my daughter's volleyball game, and Quantica was there, and they bought out the concessions, and I just knew that was weird. I just immediately knew that was weird, you know? And even my neighbor, even my neighbor today, we're having a conversation on the phone. And she's like, no, I was there, Cari. I remember you this like lit a fire under you. Like, after you know, I was there, like the light bulb went off, and you were the only one who caught it out of the, you know, none of us caught it, but you were the only one who caught it. And I was like, oh, that's nice, you know? But I remember, like, that's holy crap, because I didn't even know that these data centers existed, right? And so anyway, so this is, I mean, like, look what I've done from, you know, October of last year, October, November to now. I mean, you know, Kev saw me alive and well at the platform convention. No regrets on anything that I did or said.
Nor should you. I mean, here's the thing. People may question the way you did it and say, oh, I would do it differently. Great. But I didn't see you doing anything. Like, if you don't like the way that Cari did it,
is my motto of the day. Yes.
Right? Did you do anything? Because if you did something then yeah, we can have a difference of opinion of how we're going to get there. And we will have a difference of opinion. Like, I'm not Cari. Cari's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not Allie. Allie's not me. Allie and Cari are two different people. I know, shocking to everybody. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing anything, you really don't have a lot of good foundational ground to stand on to bitch about how I'm doing it or to bitch about how Cari's doing it. Because you're not doing shit.
Weren't you in the elevator once when I just got like slammed in? Kevin is like, if she touches me one more time.
That's funny.
You
guys
remember that,
Kevin?
Yeah, but I don't remember who it was.
It's not a big deal. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh, that was hysterical. I was like, Democrats are fun.
Well, I think it's important to know that, you know, like, and this is something, these are some conversations I've been having over the last 3 weeks as well, is that we have to be able to scrap it out with each other and still come back to the table.
Yeah.
We have to be able to disagree with each other and still stay at the table and work it out. We have to be able to remain passionate on each side and stay there until we sort it out somehow. Like, we have to be willing to do
so
that.
fucking personal.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you you're wrong. That doesn't make you a bad person.
Exactly.
That makes you wrong.
And stop tone policing people. I don't tone police people. Don't tone police me. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing
that happened at the convention too, when somebody was like, "Oh well, I need you to be quiet." I'm like, "I need you to fuck all the way off."
Like, I got a lot of things I need.
Right? Yeah. I need you to give up the meth pipe, and yet you're here talking. So,
hey, we were one vote. Oh, it's beautiful lightning right now. We were one vote away from a full ban at that platform convention. My jaw was to the ground when that happened. Like, I was like, wait, we almost had it?
Have you guys noticed that the unions have like backed all the way off on messaging? Like,
I know why.
I
know why.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna put Cari big since she knows why.
So their membership didn't agree with it. They had their AFL-CIO convention in Bozeman, and their membership doesn't agree with that. I know. Shocker.
Who could have guessed?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Thank you, union members. Thank you, union members. Like, honestly, when I go, I just want to make this very clear. I'm a former union organizer myself. I'm a daughter of a firefighter. Like, I grew up in union life. I know union pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's union proud, right? I know that. But when I went after all these like union, it's only the union leadership that I'm ever after. I'm never after the everyday person ever, you know? Yeah. It's only because it was the leadership that led this. And then once they got to the convention, they had to back off. Hi, Jason Smalls. Have you seen the videos?
I know. He's been on kind of a social media tour lately.
Yeah, can we talk about the videos he does with Sam? Where he's just walking in front of the Jeep. I don't get it.
Like, I'm like, it's very weird because he, like, early on, he came out and basically, like, himself, aside from being part of the AFL-CIO, like, basically endorsed her in Flint.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what it looked like.
Yeah, he sure did.
Okay.
But he's a Republican.
How does that work?
This is the thing. When he ran, he ran unopposed. Nobody ran against him. And this is we're going back to this. If you're going to complain about how things are and you're not involved.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. And so I'm like, all right, well, whatever, you know, I'll give them props for backing off and maybe listening to their membership. I think that's great. But I just found it interesting how all of that came out and then all of a sudden.
Not a kingdom.
Right. And it's like, and that's kind of what I was saying from the get-go is I'm like, as a union member myself, I'm like, you come on. Like, you can't tell me that union guys are like not going to stand, that they're not going to be concerned about the dream of their family in that community. Like, it doesn't compute to me even now. I'm like, that doesn't, I get wanting
when
good
they
jobs.
Showed up at
totally understand that.
Yeah.
But generally, I don't think union members are going to, you know.
When they showed up to my second meeting in Broadview, and mind you, this is my second community meeting ever that I did on my own, you know, big girl panties on, like, let's do this, right? And they showed up, and I was just like, you guys are protesting me, former union organizer? And like, I was like, are you kidding me? And then it was funny because one of the guys, they got pushback from one of the women walking up this chair, up the stairs. And he like, after she left, he's like, yeah, what, we can't eat? Our families don't deserve to eat? And like, you don't even get the point, dude. You don't even, you can't build our prison and then just say, well, it's not our fault. Because that's what it is. That's our water, that's our land, that's our air, that's our noise, that's our Montana. Like if we want the big Montana, big sky, which we all love and adore, we got to protect it.
Yeah. And they
well, and even at that, like, here's the thing, right? I mean, go ahead, Kev. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, they can go to North Dakota. It's fine.
Yeah, right. To me, also, like, even if, like, let's hedge a little bit, right? Like, let's do a little benefit of the doubt, a little bit.
Okay.
And let's say that, most Montanans want union workers to have good paying jobs. I think that's a pretty fair statement. I would like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Even when I wasn't a union worker, I want that, right?
Yeah.
Same. But it was to me, it's the idea that they were not willing to even give anybody a chance to ensure that these things were not going to be dangerous in our communities. Like, they didn't even want us to have a chance to be like, whoa.
Jason Smalls is friends with Damon Obie on Facebook. I forgot to tell you guys that. Jason Smalls is friends with Damon Obie, who's the general counsel.
The Quantica lawyer,
for Quantica. It? Yep. Quantica lawyer. Jason Smalls. Yes.
Yeah. Well, and this comes back to one of the biggest conflicts that we have on the left all the time, because we always have union mining is always a union job, fighting against environmentalists, which is a left concern, and we have so many things that have happened with environmentalists attacking miners instead of attacking mining. And that's the fundamental thing that you have to make sure that you're doing. It's not about saying that we shouldn't, if these jobs are going to exist, they absolutely need to be union. But in order for these jobs to exist, the technology in mining can't be destroying our land. Like, we have in the state of Montana, I believe it's 11 Superfund sites. I could be wrong on the number, but that are old copper and gold mines where they used cyanide processes to extract gold. Then left cyanide contaminated land next to major waterways. And, we just can't do that. We cannot have that as this thing. Well, at least it was a union job that destroyed the state. No.
Yeah.
Okay, it hit me like a ton of bricks. But remember, Quantica, Jess Peterson, because I went into his office that day. Jess Peterson was like, oh, Cari, you're a union girl? Well, you're going to like what we're going to do here. These motherfuckers with Local 30, it's a memo of understanding.
An MOU?
Yeah. It's not even that. And it's not even that. And that's what I kept making fun of the union guys for when they were like, informational picketing my meeting again. I was like, you guys have a letter to fucking Santa Claus. That's what you got. That's what your leadership brought you. Right. Your leadership brought you a letter to Santa Claus.
That's union thug for you. That just screams union thug, doesn't it? I'm just like, give me a break. It's not even contractually obligated, let alone legislatively obligated. It's just a total trust me, bro, with the fucking corporations. Like, how is that union? Like, granted, I have not been in the union for very long, but what are we doing?
Yeah.
And aren't union contracts in place simply because on a regular basis, corporations try to screw people out of what they deserve, and the contracts are what keep them in line?
I mean, this is from the playbook of data centers. They've done this in other states. They go to the unions because they're losing with the communities. This is a new playbook in the last 3 to 4 years. But they go to this union, and they're like, okay, we'll do a memo of understanding. But then what happens is they'll go through the process, and then they'll kick up the construction, and they'll somehow break the contract. Oh, well, you said your guys would work such and such years, such and such hours. We're not going to do that. Well, we're done. Or you said you could provide this ridiculous equipment, that it's $300,000. There's no way anyone can afford. They're like, oh, well, we're done. You've broken the contract.
Mhm.
No union jobs. There's always a way to work around it. And that's what our data shows. These motherfuckers work around it all the time on every issue that matters to our livelihood. This is our lives. Like, I literally told my neighbor today, and I was like, here's the thing. I don't give a fuck if you care that I'm liberal, because that seems to be a thing with you, right? I am telling you, this is the end of days if we let these guys in. This is our water. This is everything that we care about. This is sitting your children down and saying, you know what? Mommy didn't want to stand up and we just didn't care. So good luck in the future. Like, that's what we're telling our children. And literally, I have the data to back that up. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. It's good that we have as much attention. It's good that the attention is not waning. People are not getting tired of this issue. They're only ramping up. That's fantastic. It's good
And
that
they're
the
showing
union has recognized that it's that its membership is not in favor of this. That's good. And it's good that we are seeing action across the country. And it's even better, like, to me, it's even better that we're starting now to key in. This is another point that I kind of wanted to go into, is we're starting to key into how much of our privacy we have lost over the years. And
how much we're willing to keep losing. Yeah.
Right. We got to get it back. We got to get it back. It is not the IRS's business what my medical records are. It is not my doctor's business what my traffic ticket roster looks like. It is not anybody's.
It's not my landlord's business what my credit score is.
Or my employer.
You know what I'm saying?
It is not my employer's business what my credit score is.
Right. And so that's one of the things that I'm hoping that we can get Ken Bogner on the show, because he is really keying into the privacy aspect of it at the state level, which I really like. I mean, he's got some other super problematic stuff, but nonetheless, on the privacy thing, like, he's keying into it pretty good. And I'm really excited about that, because that means it's a bipartisan issue. People are now starting to look at the privacy concern, and it's big. That is the undercurrent trend that is building into a swell now.
Yep.
Question. He did say in one of his videos, Kenny boy, he did say in one of his videos, is it bot? And it's not what? How do you pronounce it?
Bogner, Bogner.
Wagner.
Yeah.
He did mention that, like, it is illegal for these flock cameras to be up and operating in Montana. So I would like to, well, how are they? Because he even cites the bill. He's like, it's from this bill, and I think it's even one of his bills. So if anyone's by their computer, but he said, yeah, the flock stuff is illegal in the state of Montana. So
why are they here? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna guess. This is a wild ass guess, pulling it out of my ass completely, but I'm guessing that it's probably on public property. And when it comes to private property,
it's not
private.
It's on private property. In most cases, it's at places like Home Depot and Lowe's.
Yeah, so what I think is, those sons of bitches are super conservative, right? I think they went to Trumpy, and Trumpy's like, okay, you guys are going to take flock cameras. And they're like, okay, we'll take flock cameras. And I think they're going to get a backlash bigger than what Target got. Because guess what? This isn't just one-sided. This is both-sided. So I think this is going to hit Lowe's and Home Depot right in their chin, as well deserved.
Yep, if you go to maps.dflock.org, and you can put in an address, or you can get the app and put it on your phone. It looks like Billings has quite a few of them, actually.
I was going to say, there's like two places in Missoula. One of them is the mall, I know for sure, and I don't remember the other one. But just in case somebody in Missoula is listening, if you want to contact me and we can talk about how we can get those cameras removed, I'm down. I'm down to clown. Like, we need to get rid of these cameras.
Here's the map that you can see on maps.
That's why you were so weird about Butte. You live in Missoula. I'm an idiot. I apologize.
Why I'm so worried about what?
So
Butte, you live. Yeah. Wait, how many are there in Billings? Oh my goodness, look at that.
Quite a few.
Yeah. What's that number? 30? 29. Please. And what's this website again?
It's maps.dflock.org.
Ooh, default.
Roseman looks like they've got 4, and they're all around kind of one building
sure that's
or
the
one
hospital.
area. So
Yeah.
Where is that?
it looks like Wendy's old Chicago kind
Yeah,
of.
I'm getting myself off
maybe
camera. I'm just like,
maybe the school. I don't know.
Could be.
I'm gonna pull up Helena.
Yeah. Just see
so
what we
I
have.
saw this video of a guy that showed like just in the second term alone how many more flock cameras we got, and it was eye opening.
Yeah.
Here we are at Helena.
So where's
And
that?
it looks like down by Buffalo Wild Wings and Pizza Ranch.
Oh,
So there's a town pump.
there's a Lowe's down there, right?
Yeah, but this is the
town pump.
This is town pump. No, this is the hotel. So yeah,
Dude, I stayed at that hotel for a month last year.
Oh, sorry, this is the hotel. So this would be.
Yeah, I can tell it by the circle.
There. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
So this is that cheap grocery store, like
Whole Foods is right here. Winco is up here. Yeah, so this is
by the old Shopco.
Yeah.
So this is Target.
Hold on, maps.
I loved that I lived in Helena. That was good.
Right. So Buffalo Wild Wings. That
so
is
last year.
Hey. So.
Right. Yep. It's the Lowe's.
Yep. So the 2 flock cameras are at Lowe's. So yeah, they're not at Home Depot. They're at Lowe's. So if you're in Helena and you want to make sure that we're not supporting fascists, we're not going to Lowe's.
Okay, so question, guys. You guys would be, I think, probably the best people to ask about this. How do we go about getting these cameras removed on the basis of that they're legally not allowed to be here?
City Council.
Well, I think we need to, City Council, and I think we need to call Ken. Hey, Ken, let's.
The loophole is they can have it on private property. The part of it that we can do is that it films onto public property. Both these cameras appear to be aimed onto the streets. So,
but there's no expectation of privacy. But there's no expectation of privacy in public, right?
There is in Montana.
There is?
To our Constitution. We have a Constitution and we have the right to privacy. So,
but what does that entail when you're in public, though?
So when you're in public, other people can film you, but they can't do it. They can't do it surreptitiously. So the fact that there isn't a giant sign that says "Flock is taking your picture right now" is part of how we would go after it.
Mm-hmm. It's a 2-party consent state, right? And so that would be interesting in Missoula because I'm curious to see the public buses run through the mall. So I'm curious to see how that would apply.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind of interesting.
Well, that's a lot going on with it, and I mean, this comes down to what they're trying to do with these data centers is actually track everybody so they know where everybody is at all times. They can target you with ads. They can literally destroy your life by tracking who you are, figuring out what your needs and wants are, and then manipulate you into doing something that they want you to do that you shouldn't be doing, and that's how they destroy society. So instead of letting our tacky, terrible fascist overlords do that, we should deflock the USA. I believe Halloween is deflocking day. I would say go take a look at some of the videos about that because that's going to give you some information on what's going on. And I would never advocate for the destruction of property. However, I do advocate for the continuation of actual privacy in the state of Montana. And if you don't like that, maybe leave the state of Montana.
Yes, I agree.
So, I appreciate that we've got another 41 minutes tonight because I love talking to the two of you, but I am exhausted.
No, me too. I'm ready to stand in the lightning.
That's how you get electro.
There you go.
Exactly.
It's so pretty.
Who said we don't have power?
Right? Yeah. She's like, you want 2,400 megawatts?
There you go. Data centers. If you want power in Montana, you're going to have to stand out in a field with a lightning rod. Okay, there you go. There's your power.
Well, I saw that. Yeah.
This is one of those things. Like, There's a place in South America that literally has 355 days of lightning in a year. Like, it's just literally lightning every day, all the time.
That's
And
crazy.
they haven't figured out how to just capture it and put it into the grid or storage systems or anything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if we had funded education, we would have this solved. And this is the thing where it all comes back to, because it is all interconnected. If we fund education, we get smarter people that have more interests, that are able to think of more things, that will invent new technologies, that will be able to change the world, and we can all live a happier life. Because I don't know if you know this, but I was promised flying fucking cars, and I'm 53, so get it together, because we're running out of time.
And instead,
So-
we got the robot Olympics in
Back to
China.
the future. I don't feel like
No, not at all. And that's the problem. So
Yeah,
I
and the robot
think that-
Olympics in China was not impressive enough for me. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. They did break in Usain Bolt's record,
James.
but they could not lift a bar. So, you know.
well, I can't lift a bar either. That's why I drink in them.
There you go.
Dum-dum-dum.
So anyway, thanks to everybody for joining us for
Yes.
the second 45 minutes of this
Yeah.
brouhaha, and we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Let's do this one.
PoliticktickBOOM.